What's up, TruthTube? Kind of cheesy, but I like it. I just thought of that. Anyway, what's up, YouTube? Gemini Johnny back again with another compilation of some of the wildest TikTok conspiracy theories I can find. If you've never joined me for one of these before, I take a realistic, rational, and grounded approach to these conspiracy theories. There's plenty of conspiracies out there that are happening all around us, all over the world, all the time. So a lot of these far-fetched ones, you're probably not gonna get me on board with them, but I could be convinced. So, you know, hit me with a good argument and maybe I'll change my mind. But till then, if you can be debunked in 30 seconds of research, probably not buying it. And if you've seen every one of these before, then welcome back. I know what you're here for, so without further ado, let's jump right in.
Apparently there was something massive that left Antarctica during the solar eclipse. It was caught on the radar and it's moving up towards the Atlantic, and it's also kind of getting like bigger as it's moving up. Some people are saying that they think it might be like an underwater iceberg that broke off and is now moving, but they're saying they've never seen something like this before. It was really weird that it happened during the eclipse, and there are a lot of conspiracy theories and rumors about Antarctica. Watch the whole thing yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments. I need to hear what you guys think.
Trying to document this very weird anomaly taking place on Ventu Sky. I don't know what this blob is here, but it's coming from what looks like Antarctica. If we backtrack a little bit, you're gonna see it disappear and reappear on the screen. So we move into Monday the 8th, which was obviously 3 days ago. Watch as we move into Tuesday. This mass pops up with waves of 83.7 feet in height. What in God's name is this thing moving out of Antarctica, as you can see, and then it moves up the coast of Africa into the Atlantic Ocean. Watch this as we move into Wednesday the 10th, Thursday the 11th, which is today. This is going on right now. I don't know if these waves are actually hitting the coast or if this is some sort of glitch in the system, but I've never seen anything like this. This giant blob is showing 83.7 foot waves. This does not seem to be any sort of storm system. Let me zoom back out here. Let's move forward and see where this thing is projected to go. Watch this. Here's Friday the 12th tomorrow, moving more up the African coast. Here is Saturday the 13th. We can see it start to wrap around the northern western coast of Africa up into the Atlantic. Here is Sunday the 14th. Monday the 15th, we are in the Atlantic Ocean with waves of 62.1, 63 feet. This is just incredible. Here is Tuesday the 16th, and look, the entire thing is now in the Atlantic Ocean with averages of about 40 feet. There's 44, 33, 34.3. This is just very weird. What are we looking at here? Here's Wednesday the 17th, the last available data for this. And now we see the entire Atlantic Ocean, which, as we've discussed, is already months ahead of time as far as temperatures. And we're looking at this very odd anomaly coming out of Antarctica. Now watch, I'm going to backtrack. I'll show you where this thing begins. We'll go all the way back to Monday the 8th. This is where the anomaly begins, and sometimes it glitches out. It's very weird. Here's Tuesday the 9th, and there it is. Pops right up. It's almost like this thing shot out of Antarctica and up towards the African coast. And as we backtrack in hours, we go to 5 a.m., 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 8 p.m., and that's where it pops up between 5 and 8 p.m. This thing does not exist, and then it does exist on Tuesday the 9th at 8 p.m. After that, it just slowly moves up into the African coast. Here is the 10th once again, Thursday the 11th, Friday the 12th, Saturday the 13th, Sunday the 14th, Monday the 15th, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, this thing bleeds all the way into the Atlantic Ocean. My friends, what are we looking at here?
Tessica Vision. She posted that back on the 12th, 11 days ago as of the time I'm filming, 13 days ago as of the time you're watching this. And I'm guessing she never posted a video saying that it was reported that the weather map anomaly was from a data error, not massive post-eclipse waves. But yes, multiple outlets have reported that there was some weather map data glitch or something, and it caused that anomaly. But that's just what they want you to think, man. I know, but no, I work off of facts around here.
Say the weird thing. People are desperately seeking realness.
What if the Girl Scouts is actually just a cookie company that uses child labor to sell their products?
I don't always agree with that guy. He poses some weird questions sometimes. But he might be onto something there. Never thought of that. It's funny.
There are people living inside of the Earth. It's true. New information from NASA states that there is a large ocean beneath the Earth's crust, after scientists detected movement below the surface. Around 500 miles below, a large supply of water has been found stored in a rock named ringwoodite. But it gets even crazier. Scientists say that this rock is so huge that it contains 3 times the amount of water on the Earth's surface. This causes many to believe that there is more down there than we originally thought. possibly even civilizations. While the news of this discovery was over 10 years ago, it was never talked about. Is the government hiding this information from us? What do you think?
I know these AI videos are kind of annoying, but it does raise an interesting query. Conspiracy theorists say we're not supposed to trust NASA. What happens if NASA comes out and says all the conspiracy theories are true? What if they said that people are living on the inside of the Earth and the Earth is hollow and flat or something? Then do we listen to them? I don't know. But I did look up this ringwoodite, and it's pretty cool looking. At least this like blue picture. Let me see if I can. A high pressure phase of magnesium silicate formed at high temperatures and pressures of the Earth's mantle between 525 and 660 kilometers deep. That's 326 to 410 miles deep for us dumb Americans. I'm gonna stop this, my bud. Check out this freaking rock. That's cool rock. I like that rock. Somebody show this to Cam Patterson. All right, next video. Wait. Spelling Illuminati backwards and adding .com in a browser leads to the official website of the United States National Security Agency. Shit. Well, now I have to do it, right? What does it say? Illuminati backwards. ITANIMULLI. Man, this doesn't feel like it's a good idea. .com. Doing this for y'all. Alright. Oh my god, of course it does. I don't know why they would make it if it wasn't true. Generating foreign intelligence insights. Applying cybersecurity. Sure, I just got added to some lists. Hey, NSA guy, now watching my computer. I'm not a threat. I love America. I love people. I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone. I just like rocks and creepy things. Well, hope I just didn't jeopardize my future. Any hoosers, let's get back to the weird, creepy stuff. Oh wait, we're doing conspiracies, that's what I meant. Let's get back to the conspiracy stuff. In 2013, a girl decided to go on the dark web. She was chatting with a stranger on the dark web. Suddenly, he sent a video with a message. I'm coming for you. She should have sent one back, been like, bitch, come through. Get out of here. We have fun.
This is probably one of the craziest conspiracy theories that I have ever heard in my entire life. Everyone watching this right now, everybody you know, your parents, your family, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your friends is actually dead. No one is alive. But how is that possible, right? If everybody can feel pain, everybody can theoretically jump in front of a moving train, they can pinch themselves, they can hit themselves, they can inflict pain on others. How is it that we are all dead? So there are two well-known and documented things that we know happens to us after we are proclaimed clinically dead, meaning after the heart has stopped beating, right? Number one being that your whole life flashes right before your eyes, and that's become cliche to say, right? You see it in movies, you see it in cartoons, you see it in novels and books, whatever. And number two being that your brain lives on for 7 whole minutes after you've been proclaimed dead. And in those 7 minutes, your brain is recreating memories in a dreamlike state. And as Einstein proclaimed, time is relative, right? So time moves completely different for you when you're dead versus when you're alive. So those 7 minutes for your brain after your death can vary anywhere from 7 minutes to 100 years, and it all feels real because you're living in a dreamlike state. And this theory claims that we all died in 2012 when the Mayans had predicted the end of the world, and we all collectively died instantly. And that now we are all experiencing life through a shared consciousness. And that's why there's the Mandela effect, because we're all trying to come together and recreate these memories as best as we can on a collective consciousness level. So some people will remember certain things as being a certain way, and others will remember things being another way. Nothing is real. No one is real. Everything is fake, including me.
He has a point. Nothing is real. We've talked about the everyone is dead theory before on this channel. I think we've seen another video on that, but with AI technology and VR technology, we're creating realities within reality. So eventually they're going to make a reality that is indistinguishable from actual reality. And then who's to say somebody didn't do that with us a long time ago?
President Kennedy was because he was going to release information on this. It's a burn document that was found, I want to say like 6 or 7 years ago, and it talked about buildings being on the dark side of the moon. He was in the Navy. He had a top security clearance. He was going to be handling video and film that came back from combat missions. And he goes, he got brought into a room one day. He said, the guy said, stay here, wait right here, I'll be right back. And he goes, so I'm standing in this dark room where they're developing the film, and the guy says, hey man, you want to see something really cool? Come over here. So he's like, oh, okay. So he goes, I go over there and check it out. And he starts showing me buildings on the dark side of the moon. And he said to me, these aren't ours. 40 different creatures that were coming here, 40 different aliens or 40 different terrestrials, ETs that were coming here. One of the former prime ministers of England said the U.S. has been dealing with a group called the Tall Whites for like the last 15 or 20 years. The Tall Whites were a group of very Nordic-looking extraterrestrials, very tall, light hair, just very, very big. There was some talk that in the early 30s that there was a guy, his name was Thor, and he was a tall white, and he was working within the Senate and Congress. So, you know, UFOs were as real as planes that fly over your house. I mean, he said, there's no denying it. They're there. You know, we know they're there.
Yeah, I mean, I've said for a long time, probably, I'm sure I've said it many times on this channel, I think the reality of the universe is closer to Star Wars than it is the Bible. I know I catch a lot of flack for that. It's not a knock against religion or the Bible itself. I just think we've been lied to about what reality is and what we're living in. I think a lot of you can probably agree with that sentiment, right?
Seen recording the whole thing while everyone ran President Kennedy, and was seen recording the whole thing while everyone ran in fear. She appears calm. Let's enhance it with sharp AI. The FBI has been looking for her for 60 years. They are convinced she had filmed the whole thing and want that footage. But no matter how hard they tried, they never found her, and no one ever came forward, leaving this mystery unsolved.
The top comment on this video says, Evelyn Rothschild wanted to watch it personally. Research it. And the only response is, Evelyn de Rothschild is a guy. That's what I love about conspiracy theories. So many people are so sure of so many things, but then other people come in with facts and dismantle their entire argument.
Fucking hit me, because I'd be looking at Greta Thunberg and I'm like, why the fuck are we listening to a fucking kid about anything? Right? Drove me crazy. And then I go, holy fuck, they're making kids make all the points, because you can't tell kids to shut the fuck up or you're an asshole. If you're the adult telling a little girl to shut the fuck up, you don't know anything about the polar ice caps, you're an asshole. So if you just get kids to make all your points for you, the right just got to go, well, it's good that kids are involved in the political process. I
like Andrew Schultz. He's funny, and he makes a good point. I think we've talked about that on this channel before, too. I feel like I say that a lot, but, you know, a lot of these things get repetitive. I'm not trying to present things like it's the first time I've ever talked about it or something. But, yeah, I think my final conclusion was that for me personally, my own personal opinion, is that whole Greta Thunberg situation was really weird. Somebody says she's the niece of a Rothschild. I'd like to see the evidence of that. Greta Thunberg's family was many things. Her mother was an opera singer. Her father was an author, producer, and actor. Her grandfather was a Swedish actor and director. But not a single one of them has anything about any relation to the Rothschilds. So, you know, sometimes you swing and miss.
Most celebrities are unrecognizable off camera.
What does home mean to me?
Listen to what?
It's my sanctuary.
Telling you the
It's the
truth.
one place I can let my guard down. It's where I can just kick back and be totally comfortable in my own skin. You know what I'm saying? Rocket Mortgage understands that home is where I can be myself. And that feels pretty darn good.
Right in your faces. It's a joke.
Home is where you feel the most comfortable, and Rocket Mortgage helps you feel comfortable financing that home with a personalized and convenient experience centered around you. Rocket Mortgage. Push button. Get mortgage.
You got this.
Take it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's all completely real. That wasn't a commercial at all. That was actually a documentary short. I think it's up for an Oscar, actually. Yeah, the Illuminati came and offered me the same package. I told them I wasn't interested. I'd rather just try to get there myself first. But they left their card, and they said to give them a call if I ever changed my mind. So, you know, I have that in my back pocket. Don't worry.
It's the giant steps in Peru. You have got to be kidding me. Probably already know that this isn't a giant staircase. There still seems to be some confusion on it, so let me just drive it into the ground one last time. This is Oyonte Tombo. It is an Incan terrace farm. Milo, it looks like stairs. Alright, riddle me this. If this was a staircase built for giants, why is there a human-sized staircase in the middle of it? And another human-sized staircase on the side of it? No, maybe they had human pets, a little pet on a guy on a string? That really looks like a giant could live in it. Oh yeah, and this doorway too, it's like 5.5 feet tall. Let's use some context clues. What's that over there? Is that a terrace farm? Of course that's not a terrace farm, that was a staircase for baby giant. You ready for this? This is my favorite part. There is an entire valley right here. Where were they going? Why would you feel the need to build gigantic steps up this hill and into these tiny ass houses? Look at that, there's no stairs down the other side of the mountain. And this is what your giant stairs are made out of. Can you imagine a giant picking this up? Yes, we're gonna make a staircase so I can get over this hill. Giant conspiracy truly makes me believe that the human race is a lost cause.
I like that guy. Shout out Milo. I like to take a little more open-minded approach to these conspiracy theories, I think, than he does. But he's pretty funny, and he does a pretty good debunking of a lot of them. So, do I think giants could have existed? Maybe. Do I think those were giant steps? No, probably not.
Disney just got completely exposed. Okay, so we all know how Disney is known for all their classic movies. Well, what if I told you every single one of these movies is a copy and paste of another one? Yeah. Disney literally recycles animation from other movies and then change little things like characters and setting. Just watch this video and let me know what you think. Because after watching this video, I want to go back and rewatch all the Disney movies just to see which movies recycled each other.
I think we've seen this before. Maybe I just saw it on Instagram or something. That is pretty crazy, but I think that's like bottom of the list of priorities of weird stuff that Disney's been doing, so.
Do that. I'm just telling you what happened and how they operate. And I'm just giving you the information of how that world works. Telling you that a lot of them are involved in it. I don't know why you guys want me to describe the things, and I don't know why you guys want me to drop specific names. You guys already know. And I don't know why you need to hear me say it. I'm literally not going to lose everything by calling out specific people who have more resources than me that could destroy my life with one lawsuit. Another thing that I wanted to go over was a lot of people were saying that the way that they were messing with me wasn't scary. People were saying they're just fixing your stuff. They're buying you free half and half. I'd take that. Ha ha ha. LOL. Just completely discrediting how horrific that is. Going through that, where every time you come in your house, something's a little different. I didn't even say all of the stuff that they did. I gave like a couple details because it didn't really seem like people were that interested, so I just kind of stopped posting it. Because nobody believes you, nobody cares. Everybody's calling me schizophrenic on Facebook, completely dismissing me. But now that other bigger names are saying it, people that you actually believe, the Ryan Garcias, the Diddy allegations, the Drake Bells, now that these people are saying it, now you're like, oh wait, maybe he wasn't bullshitting. Maybe this stuff is going on. Maybe we should actually listen to the other people that are saying it. But you guys are still minimizing the kind of stuff that they do. They don't publicly, openly say, hey, we're going after this guy for this because he knows this, and I'm going to threaten you very openly. These people were coming into my private house. They were flipping my batteries. They were fixing things that only I would notice. I can't tell that to anybody. I look crazy saying it on the internet. They fixed my doorknob. They fixed the manual on my car. They fixed the gear.
What does that mean?
On my car.
They fixed it.
Only I would notice. If I ever came out and said it, I look crazy. You see what I'm saying? They do things that you literally can't explain to anybody without the general public completely dismissing it, saying, I would like some free half and half. They were listening to what we were saying. They went out and got it and they replaced it with it, and they put it in the fridge. When we didn't notice, they came into our residence. No, you don't want free half and half. No, you don't want your doorknob fixed and your car, like your car shifter fixed. You don't want that. These are things that they do to discredit people that they're doing it to. Another thing that a lot of people were saying was, if you signed an NDA, why are you saying it now? One, because so many people are coming out and saying it. Two, because I didn't really break the NDA. I didn't really say where we were. I didn't really say who was there. I didn't really say what happened there. So I didn't really break it. They can't really do anything to me about that. And I'm pretty sure there's a statute of limitations, and it was quite a while ago. So I'm pretty sure I'm good. Fingers crossed I'm good. But a lot of people were trying to discredit it by saying, well, you signed the NDA, but you're talking about it. Doesn't make sense. Kick rocks. One of the main things that people were saying is like, where's the proof? Where's the proof? What was the top comment? It was, I'll take this never happened for 500, because people saw somebody comment that one time, like as if you're answering like a Jeopardy thing, and it got like a top comment, and people aren't funny, so they just copy top comments that they've seen in the past to try to get a little bit of recognition. But people are just saying things like, I don't have proof, I don't have any of this, why didn't I save any of the stuff, why didn't I save the invite? I bet you're going to be sitting here waiting for excuses about why I didn't save any of it. But I did. I have it. I have the letter, exactly how I described it. All extravagant and weird. It's a bizarre letter. I'll show it to you guys after. I'll put it at the end of this video. Like, it's weird and bizarre. I'll pull it out a little bit for you right here. Gold letter. Like, this is it. And you could see the weirdest part about it is, like, it says, like, sincerely, but then has, like, holes punched in it and has, like, a medallion hanging from it, like, in gold letters. And it goes, like, you're invited on the front. It's, like, this whole extravagant thing. And it has, like, a wax covering. It says, join us. Like, I have it. Like, I have the proof. Like, I uploaded this story months ago and nobody cared. They watch it and they go, you have no proof. You didn't even ask if I had proof. The second you guys ask I have proof, I have proof. So these are a lot of the things, like, this letter, obviously I wouldn't throw away. Of course I wouldn't throw it away. All you had to do was ask and I would show it to you. I'm not sure what else you guys need to believe it. Like, I gave you the most detailed account that I possibly could. I, like, really tried to make it as detailed as I possibly could for you. I uploaded it as much as I could. Nobody cared. But then when people with bigger names than me started saying the same things. So this story is the reason I stopped making content for 5 years. You guys remember when all those Vine stars and skit Instagrammers moved to LA in like 2015-ish? So I wasn't a huge creator at the time, but I was there and around it all as all of that stuff was happening. I moved from Chicago to LA 3 weeks after high school with like $2,000 in my pocket that I saved up working at Steak and Shake with this other aspiring creator named David. I was much more into editing and being behind the camera at that time, and he was much more into Vine and vlogs and being on camera. That time of our lives was absolutely crazy. Everybody was broke, posting anything we could onto YouTube to get some attention. I happened to get a spot at the now notorious 1600 Vine Apartments, and David got a spot a little bit closer to USC. Everyone was collaborating with everyone, and it was the era of clickbait YouTube. And to be honest, it was extremely fun for the first few months, until Hollywood started to notice that influencers were the next big thing, and that the landscape of the industry was changing. And we started to get invited to more exclusive parties and events, where it seemed as if old Hollywood was almost grooming new Hollywood. And there was rumors of this one gathering that was happening on a monthly basis, where it seemed like anybody that got invited saw a massive jump in their numbers, secured huge brand deals right after attending. But apparently this gathering worked on a buddy system. Someone had to vouch for you and bring you as a guest. And by blind luck, me and David ended up getting invited. Some talent agents saw me and David shoot a silly skit at a random party. He didn't invite us that second, he just told us that he saw something special in us and took our contact information. And listen, people do that all the time in LA, but this guy had a different feel to him. He wasn't trying to convince us he had connections or hype himself up like everybody else does. He was just super calm and had a sharp way of speaking that demanded respect. He was extremely brief, and after getting our numbers, he just said, look out for the invite, and walked away. And this is where it gets weird. I never gave this guy my address, I only gave him my number. But I ended up getting an invitation by letter. And at the time, I thought that that was so cool. But in retrospect, as an adult looking back at it, that alone was a huge violation of privacy and a major red flag. But at the time, when I tell you I was absolutely buzzing with excitement. When I got it, the letter was so extravagant and detailed. It was gold with black and red lettering that read something like, your talents have been noted, your name has been endorsed, and I'll never forget get this part. The dreams you have been chasing are a night away through the seventh heaven. And the address was a beautiful home in Laurel Canyon that was set to happen that weekend. It also noted to not be a minute late and not to expect to leave before midnight. And at the time, it felt like the Willy Wonka golden ticket. And the excitement doubled when I got a text from David at the same time, in all caps saying, "Did you get one too?" I felt like our lives were about to change. And I was right. David blew up after this party, and I had to go into hiding. When I tell you I was on cloud 9 leading up to that party, I mean it. I was so young and naive and delusionally optimistic. I truly believed that I was going to go to this party and leave rich, because it literally seemed like that was happening to the creators around me that attended. I was hyped. I've never been a braggy person, but when you're young and excited, you get consumed by good news and want to talk to your friends and peers about it. So everybody that I chatted with who I knew was a content creator and was in the know about this party, I couldn't help but to tell them. And all the feedback was positive and along the lines of, "Let me know how it goes," or "Can you try to get me into the next one?" And even some from bigger creators saying, "I'll see you there," with like a little smirk on their face. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, I was invested. The story seemed a little too good to be true, so I did a little bit of digging. Somebody on Reddit asked this question already about this guy. Somebody did the digging and found the exact envelope that you can buy along with the exact pendant that you can buy that's in the letter. They even went as far as contacting the companies that make those things. They apparently typed in that you could get the exact pendant from Michael's on his video and left a comment, and he deleted it. So I think that's a pretty good sign. Dang, you had me though. Pretty good story. If you want to go check it out, it's all posted on the TikTok page, Now You Know page. But yeah, I think it is probably just a story. Because I was also around, just to be clear, I was also around during that exact time frame that he's talking about when all the Vine stars were moving to LA. I lived in a house full of Viners, and I went to all the, not all, but I went to some of those Vine parties and stuff, and there wasn't anything weird. It was just a bunch of dorks hanging out, trying to collab with each other. Revine for Revine, it's all that was happening there. There wasn't any secret devil worshippings. But to be fair, I wasn't invited to these like crazy parties either, so I'm sure those exist too. So, you know. There you have it, folks. That is another compilation of the wildest TikTok conspiracy theories I can find. Don't forget to join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for a brand new video, as well as every Sunday for a brand new live stream, all at 4:15 PM PST. Merch shop is live. You can find stuff in it. You know how it works. Click the link. Go check it out. I think that's all I got. So until next time, seek the truth.